Midweek update, and we are staying anchored to the same Seattle heavy core we laid out yesterday, with a couple of targeted tweaks based on projections and headlines, quarterback first. We are keeping Sam Darnold as a core play against New England, who have a tough defense overall. Dash rank 100, 18-point projection at 16,200, and he just dropped 30 after back-to-back nines with 15 per game on the season. The why is unchanged and reinforced by the news cycle. 1. He correlates directly with our top flex captain. 2. New England's structure tends to concede field goals over touchdowns, which suits Darnold's efficiency in the red area. The Orlovsky segment on his old seeing ghosts moment and the essentially sports pieces on Darnold being on the cusp of history frame of veteran handling noise. And earlier, oblique management chatter has not shown up in his playoff performance, which supports ceiling outcomes at modest ownership. We are keeping Drake May as our tournament pivot against Seattle, who have a tough defense overall. Dash rank 95, 21-point, projection at 16,500 with 16, 17, and 19. In his last 3 and 22 per game, the Y remains leverage on volume. Multiple outlets noted, May came one vote shy of MVP at NFL Honors, and Sporting News' Super Bowl overview points to a viable pass-leaning Patriots path. If New England leans into his arm in a tight game, he can outkick the matchup and give you clean leverage off popular Seattle builds running back next. We are holding Kenneth Walker III against New England, who have a tough defense overall. Dash rank 82, 16-point projection at a 14,700 with recent 21, 39, and 17 and 12 per game. The Y is explosive profile and touchdown equity in a grind. Season coverage highlighted his slow start and surge, and his last 2 weeks confirmed he still flips drives with chunk gains. He also correlates with Jason Myers if drives stall in the low red zone, which is a likely texture against this defense. We are moving off yesterday's Ramondre Stevenson note and rotating to Trevelyan Henderson as the salary saver in Patriots stacks against Seattle, who have a tough defense overall. Projection 12 at 5,700 with 13 per game, but recent 1, 3, and 5 underline the volatility. The Y is purely price tied to potential touch count spike in a May-heavy script. Rookie features have talked up his upside, but the floor is thin, so we keep him to May builds and avoid him in Seattle. Onslaught's wide receiver and flex. We are doubling down on Jackson Smith-Njigba against New England, who have a tough defense overall. Dash rank 100, a slate leading 27-point projection at 11,100, 23 per game, and recent 34, 11, and 14. The Y is elite usage in high-leverage moments plus national validation that often precedes featured scripts. He was named Offensive Player of the Year at NFL Honors, per multiple reports. There is buzz that he can accomplish something never before done in Super Bowl history, and the Drusky mispronunciation kept him front and center this week. Seattle has shown a tendency to open with designed touches for him when the spotlight is brightest, which makes him our top captain again. We are adding Cooper Kupp as a secondary Seattle. Bring along at 7,800 against New England, who have a tough defense overall. Dash rank 91, 9-point projection, with recent 14, 11, and 5 and 7 per game. The Y is price-based leverage off JSN. National coverage has Kupp eyeing a second ring in his first Seattle season, and while JSN commands defensive attention, Kupp's short area and red zone craft can quietly pay off at a discount, especially in builds where you flip from Walker to extra pass catchers. We are reversing yesterday's stance and reintroducing Mac Hollins as a value bring back with May against Seattle, who have a tough defense overall. Projection 8 at 5,400 with recent 7, 14, and 8 and 8 per game. The Y is routes and salary. Earlier season notes outlined steady usage and occasional splash plays, and in a game where Seattle squeezes the perimeter, Hollins' size over the middle gives May a stable chain mover at a tag that opens salary for Seattle studs tight end. We are keeping A.J. Barner as our Seattle punt against New England, who have a tough defense overall. Dash rank 64, 8-point projection at 7,200 with recent 3, 0, and 3 and 9 per game. The Y is single-game correlation and salary balance. If New England clouds JSN, Barner benefits on play action and red zone leaks, while letting you keep double Seattle studs elsewhere. We are pivoting off yesterday's Hunter Henry exposure and slotting Austin Hooper as the deep punt with May stacks against Seattle, who have a tough defense overall. Projection 3 at 3,000 with 4 per game, and recent 0, 2, and 0. The Y is pure leverage at M in price tied to red zone scheming. If Seattle forces compressed throws, a single end zone look can pay this off and unlock premium captain's kickers. No change. Jason Myers against New England, who have a tough defense overall, remains a priority. Dash rank 48, 11-point projection at 8,100 with recent 7, 11, and 8. The Y is game texture. New England's defense is built to concede 3s over 7s, and national features on Myers' career, arc, and contract underscore trust and usage from distance. Andy Borregales against Seattle, who have a tough defense overall, stays firmly in play. Dash rank 46, 9-point projection at 7,500 with recent 4, 4, and 10. The Y is steady volume and coaching confidence, echoed across features on his breakout rookie year tallying triple-digit points. Tight game stack field goal attempts quickly, defense and special teams. We are keeping the Seahawks defense in our value pool at flex against New England, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall per the opponent rank indicator. Dash rank 53, 5-point projection at 6,600. The Y is price-driven pressure and variance. If May's early timing is off, Seattle can convert a couple of drive killers and set up short fields at a bargain. We are keeping the Patriots' defense as our leverage DST against Seattle, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall per the opponent rank indicator. Dash rank 58, 6-point projection at 4,000 with recent 12, 7, and 5. The Y is direct leverage against popular Seattle stacks. If New England forces 3rd and long and compresses explosives to JSN, sacks and turnovers follow, and they correlate with Myers if Seattle stalls strategy wrap. We are not moving off our JSN first stance. For cash, keep JSN at captain, pair with one of Myers or Borregales, and use Walker for touchdown paths in a tight script. For tournaments, rotate captains between JSN and Darnold with a sprinkle of May, attach Barner or Coop for Seattle's salary balance, and use Hollins or Patriots defense as your New England bringbacks. We moved Stevenson and Henry to the back burner given updated projections and usage notes, and we are using Henderson and Hooper only as volatile salary unlocks within May stacks. That is the plan and the why behind every move heading into the weekend.